Here we go. Meigs Field is back. We are going from Meigs Field to Chicago Midway on the southwest side of Chicago. Now we're going to take a little sightseeing tour while we do it. It's the city I grew up in. Meigs Field means a lot to me because as a young child I used to take the bus down here to 12th Street Beach and watch these little planes take off. Thought it was so great. It's a shame it's not there anymore. But fortunately, in Flight Simulator, it's been there since the beginning. And hopefully it'll be there forevermore. In every version that comes out, someone's going to make it. It looks pretty good. It really does. I was really surprised to see it come out this quick. They did a fine job on it. Using a Cessna 152, and I'm going to stay inside the cockpit to make it kind of feel like a real plane instead of riding on the outside for a change. You can see the Chicago skyline. You can see the tower here at Meigs Field. There's a ship out there in the lake. Over here to the right, I believe that's a water ramp, besides parking. I haven't tried that yet, but I believe you can probably use that. There's the planetarium. As we go over, well, it kind of went quick here, but there should have been 12th Street Beach between here and there. And there's the Shedd Aquarium and the Field Museum behind it. Got a quick glimpse of Sears Tower out there. This is one city I know pretty well, and I haven't been there in about 35 years, so. Well, 30 years, I guess. There is Buckingham Fountain, surrounded by that red, and that's Grant Park, I believe it's called. This is Navy Pier right here, and that's changed a lot since I've known it. It was all closed down when I grew up going down here. This is Chicago Canal that they paint green. It wraps around Chicago, the downtown area, and goes south. Right down there, I used to snag salmon down there during the season. It was a good area, right next to that big high-rise. We used to do that pier fishing out here, catching a smelt, and then the salmon runs. It's very good. Coming up on North Beach, North Avenue Beach, I guess. They had where the bathrooms and showers and stuff was shaped like a ship, and I always thought that was really neat. Used to be a lot of volleyball and stuff in this area. It's pretty nice. And it wasn't too far from, I think it was Oak Beach that Playboy went to, but they also come out this way too. Playboy building was right next to the Hancock building back in my day. I don't know what it's called now or what they do. But turning on back, there's the Hancock building there for a second. I didn't realize I was moving my head so quick when I was recording this. I was probably worried I was going to run into a building. That Hancock building in this mod, in this video is also a mod. It's a Hancock and Wrigley Field updates.
Enter left downwind runway tree 1 center, 361
So we're going to swing on back here. And there's Wacker Drive and all the, here's the canal they paint green during St. Patty's Day, and it runs on down, circles the area. There is the post office that sits over the top of the Eisenhower, I-90, or if it used to be I-90 and Eisenhower, I don't know what they call it now. Things change. They like changing names of everything, as if it makes a difference. So if that wing wasn't there, you would see the Sears Tower, which I guess they don't even call it the Sears Tower anymore. It'll always be Sears Tower to me. And looking out the side window, you can see Buckingham Fountain down there again in Grant Park. I think that's Grant Park. And now we will turn and head up Michigan Avenue. There's the old Sears Tower for a second. Been up there. Memorable. Prudential building. That's an old building. Look how they fill this place out. Unbelievable. I will be going past the Tribune building. Sun-Times building, I think, was there too. One on one side of the street, one on the other. Can't really remember. A lot of these buildings, I can't remember the names of the buildings, except there's the Hancock. You can tell the model is much better than what original was. And we will now head down Lakeshore Drive going north. I guess we won't be heading down, we'll be heading up, won't we? In my younger days, this was a great motorcycle ride. You'd go all the way from the south side, what the heck was that? Museum of Science and Industry. Another great place to visit. You go from there and you just take Lakeshore Drive all the way to the end up here, which we're about to do. That was a nice summer day ride. But I used to ride motorcycle from the west side of Chicago all the way up to Palatine during winter. So, and a snowmobile too, yes. But anyway. And this is also the area where you have the Lincoln Park Zoo. I guess that was the name of it. I don't know if we passed it while I was blabbing or what. Or if it's coming up here. I think we passed it. But I didn't see any animals running around. Or it could be here on the right. No, I think we passed it. Because I believe Lakeshore Drive was on the outside of it. I don't know, this may have been it too, I don't know. Nowadays all the tennis courts. When we get up to this end, we'll have to turn around and find Clark Street on the way back. We start heading the proper way. But this is just a ride for me to go down memory lane, remembering my youth. These flight simulators are getting better and better. Oh, and this is only on what's like a blend of medium and high, because I got an older graphics card. And I may just have to go get one of them 3000 cards when they come out. Yep, that's the end of Old Lakeshore Drive right there. I think this is called Skokie up in this area. Not positive on that. It's been so long. I believe it was the Jewish neighborhood. So when you want your bagels and lox, this is the area to come in. I'm thinking, yeah, that's the L right there, I think. Used to ride the L trains a lot, actually. So we will go back down here and visit my favorite baseball team, the Chicago Cubs. I've never seen a night game here. Well, I guess there was a pitcher in a way. Spelled different, but yeah. I've never seen a night game here. But I used to be a bleacher bum. I liked that left field. And then as a kid, I used to watch this on WGN with Jack Brickhouse. Holy cow. No, that's Harry Carey, wasn't it? Harry Carey came later. He used to do the White Sox, and then I heard he went over to the Cubs and did the Cubs. But Brickhouse is who I remember most as a child. And I believe across Waverly Avenue, they used to broadcast from the top of a house, because all them houses used to run out to everybody to watch the games. Them lights look like that might have stopped part of that. Still a good looking park. Oh yeah, they raised it a lot, didn't they? Looked like. Like I said, it's been 35 years. So. I got tired of the cold of Chicago. I worked outside, and I decided the South was for me, and I'll never move back north of I-40. Don't want no more cold, no more snow. There's some more L stations down there. The electric trains. That loop area is kind of cool because they're all above ground, elevated. Well, all these are too, actually. Most of them are elevated. You get out to the end of it on the southwest side of Chicago. I think they call it the Pink Line now, and that's all ground level in somewhere in Cicero. I believe it's Cicero, maybe Berwyn. Well, let's head on down south and see if we can find that other ballpark. That was my cousin's favorite ballpark, ball club, the Chicago Sox. The White Sox. I'm sorry, I might have had a slip of the tongue there with my cousin. I used to tell my cousin they were named. But anyway, we used to go there when it was back at all wooden stadium. I believe it was the biggest wooden stadium left in the United States. And they tore it down for more modern park. So, it is what it is. I've never been in a modern one at all. In fact, I probably would have never watched the White Sox if not for my cousin. Sorry for anybody that favored the White Sox. We all have our teams, or did. After the Cubs won the pennant, or won the World Series, I fell out of sports altogether because I know nothing was going to beat that moment. That was it for me. And there's people that lived a lifetime that never got to see that. But anyways, this here is taking us down to, what's this, the Dan Ryan? I can't remember what the heck this one's called. It's not it might be the Dan Ryan Expressway. It's taking us down towards the Stevenson I-55, and we're going to go past it a little bit, not too far, and we'll be at the White Sox Park. And I believe I see it out there in the distance, to the right there. I assume where the old wooden stadium is where they now have parking. But I've never been in this park. I noticed Dan Ryan, the only thing I remember of this thing is you take it down to the Indiana Toll Road, and on the left side while you're driving down here was a Magic Kiss carpet or something like that, big old lips on a sign. That's the only thing I remember about this darn road. And here is the old White Sox Park. Looking good, actually. Not as good as the memories I have of the wood one, but it looks good. That's a good looking park in the game. And none of this is handcrafted, I don't believe. Surely that must have some kind of handcrafting going on in parts of it. Other than the handcrafted you have to pay extra for. Or they got one heck of an AI generator for this stuff. Amazing. We're going to circle back over here to Meigs Field again, because besides McCormick Place that comes up here, which is something about Chicago a lot of people come to Chicago for, a lot of conventions in this area, right past it is another sports team. And I've been to this place a few times in my life. And for McCormick Place, I actually worked out of that place a few times in my life too. But after you get past all their parking, there it is, Soldiers Field, home of the Chicago Bears. Or at least it used to be. And then it's that Field Museum right past it, I believe. Look at that. Let me tell you, that's one cold park right there. cold field. I have sat there and froze with a smile on my face a few times in my life. And now it's out west. Go west, young man, go west. A little west and a little south, and we'll find Midway. But first, I'm going to cut through my old neighborhoods. I grew up inside an area called Little Village, on the southwest side of Chicago. Farragut High School, Gary Elementary School, that neighborhood. Joseph E. Gary Elementary. And then there was another one a little closer to Cicero that I can't think of for the life of me. Rail yards. Chicago has nothing but rail all over the place. Amtrak actually got a commuter service that works on this west side, going out past Brookfield and stuff. Taking you all the way to the loop every morning. Besides the L trains that run. Alright, we're back to the canal. And that'll be I-55 running alongside it, taking you on down to St. Louis or Memphis or wherever you want to go down that way. Or take you out to Brookfield, actually. Now that I just mentioned Brookfield and the Brookfield Zoo. That big red building in the distance is somewhere, is that the courthouse over here? No. Somewhere between now and that red brick building should be Cook County Jail, I believe. I'm thinking that brick building somewhere around Pulaski, but the jailhouse is on California. And I only mention that because my grandfather was a guard there. Let's see. This side street, we should be going maybe about 26th Street or something, 31st to 26th. Somewhere in that area. That's a little village off here to my right, somewhere out here. Oh, and I see Cicero's out there. I can't think of the name of this big building here. But it used to be right before that bridge going over the canal. Remember it? That's, I guess, I assume it's still there. There it is. Now if I turn right here, this is going to be Cicero Avenue. And I can pick that up because of that old church out there to my left, and because of that clock tower right there. All that used to be Western Electric years ago, and now it's all shopping centers. But my mother and sister worked there a long time ago, when all this was all industry for Western Electric. I don't even know if Western Electric's around anymore. No idea. But that tower remains, the only thing that does remain. And then turn here to the left should be Cermak Road. And we're going to take that. While we're turning left here, we start in Cicero. Kind of north of Cicero. Well, it's Cicero, but it's the north side of Cicero. It goes all the way down to that canal too. But this is Cermak Road. Used to be a lot of great bakeries right where I'm at right now. Used to be a bunch of good bakeries. And then there's Greeks and Italian cooking. Good restaurants. Used to be all through this area. And that big building I passed to my right, I have no idea what that is. Wasn't there when I was here. But anyways, this will take us all the way out to through Cicero, through Berwyn, out to Riverside. And Riverside would probably be around where that big building straight ahead of us coming out of the ground. That should be like Harlem Avenue, I believe. Cermak and Harlem. And that's where you'll have an old shopping center on the left. See, now this don't look too good. It don't look nothing like this. And that looks like Beirut right there. But anyway, you have an old shopping center on the left. And when you get past that building on the left would be a new shopping center. Was new back when I lived here. So it's been a while. I remember this area because when my kids were growing up, Toys R Us was there, and was a new Toys R Us around here, and that's where we always went, mainly at, you know, birthdays and Christmas times and stuff. This is a big shopping area. And from that downtown area through all of this, don't forget your hot dogs, Vienna hot dogs. They ain't canned hot dogs, it's a Vienna beef hot dog. And Italian beefs, Italian sausage. That's Chicago, man. Never put ketchup in your hot dog, ever. Not in this area. Ever. But make sure you put sport peppers on it. Mustard, onion, sport peppers, relish, dark green relish. That's Chicago. Tomatoes and pickle is optional. And always roll them up with fries, man. Italian beefs, make sure they're nice and juicy and sweet and hot. And have a combo, have Italian sausage and beef combined. That's Chicago. And always look for the label Vienna on the door before entering. Alrighty. After all that, we are still heading south, getting back down here to Midway. And I guess this is all kind of sewage treatment I go over. That's a great thing to showcase. That's Chicago, a lot of sewage. Yeah, here we go back over that canal again. And we'll get down to Archer and Cicero and Archer, just south of Archer. I forgot what 100 that is. 47th, somewhere in that area. Maybe lower. 63rd, 47th, somewhere in there. That's where Midway sits. Right in the middle of a very overcrowded neighborhood. But this is the airport I flew in and out of the most in my lifetime. And when you fly in and out, it's usually straight down and straight up to get in and out. If you're on one of them big birds. But they're good pilots. And I never had an issue here. All the old neighborhoods. I believe it was Cicero and Archer was a huge bowling alley at one time. Used to go to a lot. I don't know if that's there anymore. But Chicago used to, on 26th in Little Village, we used to have bowling alleys on top of stores. So, I mean, bowling alleys all over the city. Or used to be. That looks nice. And it's not a handcrafted airport, so there's a lot of improvement to be made. Probably on them out square buildings out there, the gray ones, which seem to be the stock AI built buildings for airports in this game right now. But between third party vendors and the community giving away free stuff, it's going to be one heck of a game. It already is. We could nitpick it apart, but what they give you at the beginning, just only one patch in. One heck of a game. Bunch of rail yards to straight out further there. Now at this point, when I turn back, I give it back to the co-pilot to get lined up. I usually let the co-pilot taxi after I land, but sometimes I let them do the lining up. I'm set up on GPS from one to the other, and I find the co-pilot be lacking on landing during a GPS. But if you do an ILS landing, the co-pilots are pretty good. I think they need that extra path to follow, and they line up really good. Like I say, we can nitpick it to death if we wanted to, but I'm pretty impressed. Of course, I've been around playing this game since I never had an Apple, but I started on Atari 800, so I had the Flight Simulator 2, 1984, I think it was, and I've had them ever since. So I'm always impressed. Was happy to see him come back out with us. I don't think any competitors were happy to see him come back out with us, but hey, we keep marching forward. It'll just make the competitors try a bit harder.
Cleared to land runway tree 1 center, 361 market tree 61.
For this run, this good on a 1070 graphics card, which is a little dated now. On medium to high settings, mixture of. I think that's pretty good. If you stay over 30 frames per second, you're doing great. I've been staying in the 50s, going into the 60s. I guess it's been fluctuating between 40 and 60, somewhere in that area. Now here we are. This would be Cicero Avenue, I think. Maybe. Here I got a little nervous. Like I said, the co-pilot don't always land great when they're on GPS. So he kind of lined up on an angle, which scared me, kind of. I thought we were going to land up in that field where he was going to overshoot it and hit the other side of the field. So here shortly I take over to land it, and I hear the buzzer go off for stalling, so I kind of like jerk the yoke, and I like to crash. I can't blame the co-pilot for that. That's when I about take over, when I lift it up here to see a little better. Oh, that's definitely me right there. but I landed. Everybody walked away, so it was a good landing. And then I gave the co-pilot the taxi back to let him finish it out. Let her finish it out.
Midway ground 361 Market Tree 61. Request taxi to parking. 361 Market Tree 61 taxi to General
There's a nice little ride down memory lane. I got the handcrafted O'Hare, and I should eventually go out there and look at it.
Taxiing to General Aviation parking by taxiway
I
Foxtrot
guess I will
Kilo,
eventually.
cross runway 4 left Kilo, cross runway 4 right Kilo Lima 361 Market Tree.
Honestly, I'm not too excited about the jets and the airliners, because you usually go on a long flight and it gets boring. But they do have that travel mode available where you can pull out from the top menu and move farther down your cruising range, or go to your descent or your final approach. They give you a lot of options in this game. I have no idea where my marshal is, but this is how we end up parking. And I enjoyed it. I hope I didn't bore you too much. Sorry I didn't keep my mouth shut. It's better than typing. Too much to say. We'll catch you on the next one, hopefully.